Welcome to episode 15 of the Predator Chronicles. I am your host, Mista-GG, and we are going back to Ocean County, New Jersey.
When the pedos come a-knockin', there's only two men who can stop them. Starring pedo slayer Chris Hansen and your host, Mista-GG. These are the Predator Chronicles.
If you did not see me cover the first part of New Jersey, that is episode 11 in the Predator Chronicles. You can check that out right here. But if you're good to go, why don't you have a seat?
What were your expectations?
We wanted people to show up.
Our first predator in line is Richard Burnham. Richard is creatively creepy. He messages the decoy as a 21-year-old named Rick. Then he mentions he has an older friend named Steve who wants a virgin, which just sounds oddly satanic.
I want a virgin.
Yeah, I'm really sick, but Steve is a great guy. I hope you like getting laid. He'll do an awesome job taking your virginity. He's really excited about it.
He's really piling it on for his boy Steve right here. He's like a bad salesman. Like, actually look at what he's saying.
Steve is a great guy.
I don't know Steve. I don't even really know you.
I hope you like getting laid.
That's like the equivalent of a stand-up comic trying to get the crowd on his side by saying, hey, who likes to party?
He'll do an awesome job taking your virginity.
Okay, let's think about this. Can you really do a bad job taking somebody's virginity? Because even if I'm hung like a grade school eraser or I come fast as shit, I still took your virginity. Like, I can't do a bad job uploading a video because I'm gonna upload the video no matter what. The video might suck, but I uploaded the fucking video.
He's really excited about it.
I'm confused. Why can't you fuck me again? Because you're sick? Just take some Mucinex, I can wait a couple days. Why are we acting like I'm in such dire need of a cock that I might as well just fuck Steve? This makes no sense. Anyways, Steve starts messaging the decoy after Rick threw him the lob, and it turns out that Rick has a secret.
My name's not Rick!
And it's not Steve either. If you didn't catch on, Richard was behind both screen names. This is his game plan to pick up little girls. He plays his own wingman.
But the best part? You never know what's going to come through that door.
You want some brownies?
No, I'm all set.
No? He just passed right by the seat, kept going, so I just said, see you later, and got out of there real fast.
I can't stress how much I hate these guys in particular. The guys who treat the decoys like homeless prostitutes. Not even a thank you for making his fat ass brownies. Great guy, my dick.
How you doing?
Hi.
Good. What's your seat right on this floor?
This guy brought some KY jelly with him. Typical. And his reasoning for doing this is just...
Why'd you do it then?
Lonely. And I've got no money.
Oh, word? Because that tube of KY costs like $8 at Walgreens. And how many hours did you drive to get here? 3? Then 3 back? That's like a tank and a half. I just fucking hate that every predator is like, man, I just lost my job. I just lost my wife. Man, I just hit rock bottom. Now I fuck little girls. Like, that's not how it happens. He leaves the sting house, the cops jump out, and one of them yells, "Do not resist." Because, you know, Richard clearly looks like he's ready to kneel his way out of this one. Our next predator in line is James Markai.
He says this isn't his first time meeting a minor.
Come take a seat.
She just Chris Hansen'd you. You didn't even fucking flinch. She might as well just be wearing this when he shows up.
Did you bring the condoms?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Alright, cool. Like, remember you said about that 15-year-old you had sex with?
Uh-huh.
Was she a virgin?
No.
No, she wasn't?
And where do you see yourself in about 5 years? The decoy wonders what's in store for today, and he says a lot of kissing, caressing, he lets off this filthy laugh.
But a wet blanket is about to be thrown on those plans.
I don't know if I'm just too young to fully appreciate Chris's choice of idioms, but a wet blanket? I'll be a monkey's uncle. Do you get it? Because people don't say these things anymore. James proceeds to have a rather lackluster interview, so to avoid losing subs, our next predator is Anthony Palumbo. Anthony is definitely one of the more popular predators in the series, simply because he drops like 20 memes in the interview.
You a good direction.
Oh, Anthony, you're just trying to butter me up, aren't you? I just use MapQuest.
I want to be top.
Oh, okay.
You want to do it raw?
I see Anthony has a case of the Hey Pepes.
Hey Pepe, I'm in here!
That's when you just leave caps lock on for no reason, and it makes your chat log that much more entertaining.
Raw?
Yes.
What's that?
No rubber.
Can I just say I'm baffled that no rubber became a meme? All he did was misspell rubber, and people were just like, fuck it, that's funny.
Now he's here, beer in hand, asking the decoy several times to put it in the refrigerator.
You can put that in the fridge.
Yeah, I'll put it in a little bit.
My excuse to come here, I went to Atlantic City.
I don't know. What
put that in the refrigerator. I don't know, just chill out. You could put that in the refrigerator anytime. You could put that in the fridge.
Yeah, I'll put it in a little bit.
All right.
I don't know.
Put that in the refrigerator.
So Anthony tells Chris he told his brother he was gonna visit his other brother in Atlantic City. At least that's what I got. He's kind of hard to understand. It sounds like he's gargling shrapnel.
No, my brother is home, my other brother.
Right.
And I said, I gotta go to Atlantic City.
But instead you came here.
I stopped by to go there.
So you like to gamble?
Yeah, I love to gamble.
You took a little bit of a gamble coming in here tonight.
No, I just stopped by.
Okay! But you said you were nervous when you came in. Why were you so nervous?
Because I was going to Atlantic City and it was dark.
So the nighttime makes you nervous?
Yeah, driving. I'm not a driver at night.
Yeah, Anthony's not a driver at night, but he will ride you in the dark. Hey-yo!
Have you been drinking tonight?
No, not at all. You can smell my breath. Not at all.
That's okay. I don't need to do that. How old are you?
39.
39. You said you were 35 online.
35. 39.
35. 39. Same shit. Anthony is actually 46. Unemployed and top.
So what made you decide to come over here and meet a teenage boy after this sexually explicit conversation?
I thought it was like I wanted to hang out with someone, like a friend. Like I thought he was like 18, something like that. It wasn't. I'm not gay or anything. I'm just saying.
I know what he just said is a meme and everything, but I don't know if he said that because he wanted to appear more innocent, as if he wouldn't do anything with a boy, or if he's just genuinely ashamed of being gay. I mean, keep in mind, this was the mid-2000s. Not quite Salem, but definitely not where we're at right now to just be openly gay.
Well, this isn't about gay
No,
or
I'm
straight.
just saying. I'm straight.
Nobody cares what adults do.
No, I'm just saying.
Chris reveals the big news, and Palumbo leaves the Sting house, but sadly stays in the closet. He even thinks about running for like a second and then quickly changes his mind. Some people say to this day that beer never made it to the fridge. Our next predator in line is Jeremy Keister. I don't know how to describe Jeremy. He's just a guy. He looks like he belongs in a comic strip.
What was your plan tonight?
Nothing, just to hang out.
Hang out with who?
Just a nice girl.
And how old is that nice girl?
She's 13.
I think that's what they call lowercase i's. So Jeremy actually knows what this is and he recognizes Chris Hansen, and the party gets even more kinky because another predator shows up during this interview, and his name is Michael Murray.
He had his McDonald's bag, he was all excited, came walking in.
Hey, why don't you come in over here? We're having a little conversation. Please join us.
What did I do wrong?
Well, for starters, why'd you bring McDonald's? I don't want a fucking Big Mac. Who likes Big Macs? Nothing like 3 buns to overpower my burger.
Just come here, we'll chat for a minute. Come on in.
I'm leaving.
I'd like to talk to you.
About what?
About a couple things.
I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, why don't you explain that to me?
Nothing.
So as you can tell, Michael's quite the negotiator. And he leaves. And I don't know why, but I busted out laughing the first time I saw this. Looking at it now, I have no idea what I found so funny. This fucking series is making me loopy. So Michael pulls a Lauren and starts crying uncontrollably, and back inside, Jeremy says,
I know it's in store for me outside that door. Correct?
Well, that's not up to me.
Well, I've seen the show.
Yeah. The loud, authoritative yelling outside definitely had nothing to do with that.
You know, obviously, who I am.
I do.
Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC.
I do.
Do you fucking show any emotion besides drowsy?
It's nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
What the fuck just happened? That wasn't even a laugh, that was a malfunction. Our next predator in line is John Donnelly.
Never met anybody younger than like 18, so that just worried me. So.
I understand, it's okay though.
I'm gonna be frank, John Donnelly looks like a school shooter. And that's not even meant to be funny, that is literally the first thing I thought of when I saw him. That, and the fact that he's wearing an outfit that you'd see in a back to school commercial. Tell me I'm wrong. He's got the fresh polo, the jeans, I can't really see his shoes. What was popping in 2007? K-Swiss? Puma?
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Anyways, John starts talking about some super crazy, bizarre scenario where this could all just be a setup by the police.
I was reading about on the internet, like they pay for like cops to like pretend they're like girls and like that.
Are you serious?
Chris comes by and John starts breaking down, saying he was depressed and that he couldn't sleep because he kept thinking this was wrong.
Please, officer.
He seems to think I'm with law enforcement.
You're the fucking police, bro.
I've only had sex with one girl in my life. I wouldn't have felt comfortable doing it.
Wouldn't that kind of make you more eager to fuck another girl? Or is that just me? No? I don't know.
I do not want to be ruined for I wanted to go to college and everything. I want to go for sports broadcasting or journalism.
You want to be a television reporter?
Yes.
Have you ever been on TV before?
No.
Well, this is one of those good news, bad news situations, John.
If there's one thing that I will always give to Chris, it's that he's quick on his feet. And often he just has the Predator walk into the punchline. But that was a good one. That's definitely a top fiver right there. David, fuck off. I said top fiver.
Now I'm going to be branded as a loser for the rest of my life.
Nah, don't worry. That doesn't happen to anybody on this show. Our next Predator in line is Thomas Shin, who's just one of the most lovable guys. No, but really, he really is something else. He comes bearing gifts. Not quite Elias Balan gifts, but definitely some cute shit.
What'd you bring me?
Well, I got the strawberries.
Oh, perfect.
And here's a surprise.
A surprise? Oh, thanks.
You like koala bears?
Yeah, thank you. He wanted to give me a high five, but I kind of completely dissed him, and he was like, oh, okay, maybe not.
Strawberries and whipped cream and chocolates and stuffed animals. Boy, you got it all going on, don't you?
Oh, wow.
The Shinster explains the reason he came to meet a 12-year-old is because he's a very lonely guy. Because he's Asian.
There's no people your age.
I tried different personal sites, and it's just like they think I'm too short, or they think like an Asian guy's just gonna be like a nerd or a geek.
Yeah, it's definitely because you're Asian.
Caress your sweet breasts and kiss them too.
Nothing else. It's because you're Asian. Okay, so the whole interview, Thomas keeps doing these little growls in response to Chris, and it's the best thing ever.
What if I hadn't been here and the 12-year-old girl was here and you all got along, you ate the strawberries and sprayed whipped cream on each other and, you know, some clothes came off? What do you think would have happened?
Right.
If there's anything else you'd like to tell us, if there's anything else you'd like...
I couldn't even watch this segment without thinking of Mike V. He's a guy that does impressions of Predators, and his fucking shin is golden.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Definitely next time we can do something a little more intricate and challenging. Oh, wow.
Our next Predator in line is Terry Warner. He's a 60-year-old man, and he's one of those tiptoe predators where he's overly cautious, won't go near the decoy, and there ends up being people just out and about when he goes to visit her, so this guy ends up walking away pretty quick.
Want me to get between your legs now?
Yeah.
And kiss you as you feel me on top of you. And I take your hand and wrap it around my...
Wow.
This is the worst sexting ever. I'm over here dropping these 50 Shades of Grey excerpts, and all you have to say is...
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
NJ Dom 4F suddenly says he needs to talk to his lawyer. Just as he's about to leave to meet her, he tells the decoy that, according to his lawyer, they can't do anything.
First things first, fire your lawyer. Secondly, why do you even need a lawyer to tell you that sleeping with a child is illegal? How does that conversation even go? Jerry? Hey, I got a question for you. Terry, I thought we cleared this up over the phone. You can go 5 over the limit. They will not pull you over. Hypothetically speaking, can you just call me? If like a 60-year-old man went to go meet with a 13-year-old girl, what can he do? Do with what? Could he like do something? No. Okay, just asking. Thanks. This is Jerry.
Jerry, I thought I told you to handle this. I thought I told you he made a response video. We are going to sue the living
Vivian.
shit out of that
Vivian. The whole interview is rather shit because the audio quality is just horrible. You hear cars passing by, the ocean won't shut the hell up, and Terry, like Thomas, brought gifts in his car. A webcam, candles, and some Victoria's Secret lingerie. If you go further down the rabbit hole, it gets more creepy. I looked at his chat log. The fourth message he sends to her is, "Are you looking for dad?" She says she has one, but he's an idiot. He replies, "Looking for a better one?" And there's zero context to that question, by the way. That's just how he breaks the ice. This is Mista-GG's ASMR channel. Today, we're gonna be stroking pop filters. Let it relax you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Our next predator in line is Todd Lewis. And Todd's screwed. He rode on a motorcycle 6 hours to meet this underage girl. He actually bought the motorcycle just one day before making the trip. And Todd's on probation for sexual assault against a 14-year-old. He's already a registered sex offender. Concerning his interview, I don't really care for it. I mean, if anything, I was just gonna make like a big nose joke, but that's not funny. I gotta get one in, fuck you. And our final predator is Kazuo Akutsu.
Do you want some brownies?
Not for now.
He smelled like he was smoking in the car beforehand and hasn't showered in a couple of days.
So not only is Kazuo blazed out of his mind, but he's also kinda stinky. And since he is so high, his interview has no substance to it. But as with every episode of To Catch a Predator, there's a reason he's the last guy. And I will show you that right now.
Please go to bed.
You can go if you'd like to, but I think I need to tell you something first. And that's I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet kids online for sex. Now, if there's anything else you want to say, we'd like to hear it. If not, you can obviously walk out the door you came in.
This isn't the door. I kinda like when I do this mini segment, and I think this moment is very fitting. So without further ado, let's get these jokes off. I mean, he was planning on giving head. Also, I guess Jackie Chan really does do his own stunts. Wait, is this how they killed off Glenn? What the hell were in those brownies?
What, did you dose them?
Is that cedarwood? By the way, I like how Chris's first reaction is to grab the table. This guy might have just cracked his skull open, but fuck! Dateline has to pay for this shit. And that is actually gonna be the end of episode 15 of the Predator Chronicles. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave it a like and subscribe because I have more content coming your way. I got a couple shout outs, first one being to CL Designs. He reached out to me and made some dope designs for my channel as well as my new outro, so I appreciate it, bro. If you guys would like cheap designs made, email the man. Also, I didn't forget, Doug, if you're watching this, shout out to you. And also, shout out to all my new patrons. Fuck, I got way too many people to shout out. Shout out to Brandon Smith. Shout out to Jamie Magia. Shout out to Gigi's a fat ass. Good meme. Shout out to Nicholas Slack. Shout out to Jasmine Magdaleno. Shout out to Lazy Basil. Shout out to Terrence Keen. Shout out to M3DD1E. Shout out to Tanner. Shout out to Tamor Abbas. Shout out to JH. Shout out to Danielle Alberta. Shout out to Never Odd or Even. Shout out to Brack300. Shout out to Alina Clinard. Shout out to Hayden Cleaver. Shout out to Brittany Baksh. Shout out to Tegan New. Shout out to Mai Tai. Shout out to Alec Morales. Shout out to Kevin Casey, and shout out to Yagilar. Huge fucking thank you to all of you. I appreciate the shit out of you. Thank you guys. And remember, if you want to get blinged out and drown in vagina / drown in cocks, which that doesn't sound as appealing as drowning in vagina, you can cop yourself a t-shirt and support your boy in the process. The Why Don't You Have a Seat shirt. As always, I am Mista-GG, the Pedo Slayer Chris Hansen. We will see you in the next investigation.
I want to be top raw. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wow, yeah, wow, yeah, wow, yeah, wow.
No, I just got by.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be branded as a loser.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I'm straight